Lair, this is starting to become playful, especially with the outtakes at the end. Um, and the structure is starting to change, morph, mutate, bastardize its originality into something new. And so this is good because it's going in a playful place. Um, don't forget to smile. Enjoy it. Enjoy moments in it. Okay. Um, Even when something is maddening, remember this. If I am frustrated with you, I might say, oh my God, I can't believe that we're having this conversation. So bear that in mind, because humor and laughter is not always something that needs to convey humor. It can be sardonic, cynical, satirical, frustrated, whatever. And play with that. Let your mind and your mouth and your body and your face all guide you towards something new. I wrote a few things down here. So um, I'll just give you a suggestion. Shorts, undies, uh, pad of butter stuck on the ceiling, right? Um, at the beginning, all universes have a such and such, and for us, we and for us, this is a third floor hotel room in Cambridge. Something like that. So a little more of an understanding that what we are doing is imposing that place upon all of them, and we are giving the audience that rule. Um, what did we spill? Uh, I don't know. Did I like pee a barrel full in my sleep? Uh, just a thought. And then so here's another thing to consider. Does getting electrocuted hurt? Maybe not. Getting electrocuted doesn't hurt, contrary to what you might think. And it's over pretty quickly. What lasts an eternity is the embarrassment of the stupidity. Maybe there's a maybe there's a nice contrast. And so now I want you to elaborate more, hone and refine, and this is where I'm going to bring you back to my art versus medicine story. I broke that thing down into different sections so that I could memorize the individual sections, but I knew I have a list in my mind of what comes next. I have the introduction, which is in order to make any kind of theater, all you really need is some light and, people to watch, and then uh, people's the stereotype is all true. But I never wanted this. What I actually wanted was to become a doctor. That's the first section. And then the next section is talking about from dreaming about becoming a doctor to going to university. And then the next section is leaving university, dropping out and moving to New York and going in search of operations at reputable hospitals. And then the next section is that I didn't have what it takes. My parents were right, so I caved and I went back to school and I got my degree and then I became a successful dancer. And then the final section is the wrap up where I I, I have these last remaining boxes of medical mementos. Medical mementos, that's my phrase. I have these last remaining boxes of medical mementos in my parents' basement That's a phrase that I developed so that I would just medical mementos. And so, the ending is medical mementos in the parents' basement. And sometimes I cringe when I hear an ambulance siren and drive by a hospital and I think of that alternate universe. So that's my flow. And I have this checklist in my mind of just the outline. And I have practiced the different sections so that I don't need, I can take a pause after a section. And I know where I'm going next, I know what section I'm going to next, and then I click into this other mode and I deliver that next section. So this is what I want you to do now. Does that make sense? I hope so. Because this is turning into a thing that you are going to be using. And I don't want to get away from this. I don't want you to get overly excited and start to impose this on other things yet. I want you to hone this further because this is the work. This is actually the process that develops the content that you want, and you are discovering more about this particular content and where it's going. And I'm delighted that you're surprising yourself because that is what this shit should do. Good. Look forward to seeing what the fuck you do with it next. Go get 'em there, Muggsy. Speak soon.